What's up, y'all? What's up? Happy Friday! Y'all see the Cowboys? I'm looking a little rough. Got my head up. I'm looking a little scruffy. Hey, happy Friday, y'all. I didn't do a video after the game for many reasons, and I'm gonna just be quite honest. One of them is, at this very moment, I'm starting to think that Mike McCarthy may be coaching for his job. Now, normally I don't go this long without doing a video, but I've been getting ready for YNC Nationals, Youth National Championship Nationals, down in basically Bradenton, Florida. IMG Academy. My 9U will be going down there competing with the big boys, and it's something that we've earned. And me as a coach, as an offensive coordinator for my team, I'm honored, man. Truthfully honored to be able to go out there and compete. Like, literally honored. And just to have my kids be put on that platform, because as a coach, that's what I've always wanted to do. You guys go follow us, follow the journey, support if you can. Hit my Cash App, hit the Broncos Cash App, our 9U Cash App, man. We've been getting a lot of love in the DMV area, and it means so much to me. Let's talk about this team for a second. And then I'll have a watch list to you guys. Like, I know Zach Wilson, he's playing Coastal Carolina tomorrow. And I'll be honest, like, as I really dive into this draft, a lot of what I see, guys, just being completely honest, like, I know Dan Brugler gave us Caleb Farley. I can't say that I'm too crazy about that pick, Virginia Tech corner, because I just don't see a guy that jumps off my screen. When I've watched about 3 games of his, I've watched some live. I love his size. I just don't see an athlete that jumps off my screen. Like, if I had to pick a corner high, I'm picking Surtain. I'm hearing he's not going to run fast, but I'm still picking him just off the pedigree, the SEC talent that he's played against. We saw how Trayvon Diggs was able to come into the league, be scrappy, compete early. Yes, he had some plays where he wasn't great, but he still was. It wasn't a culture shock for him. And I wanna look at a guy like Surtain and say, I think that he'll be in good shape. Dad played in the league, so the whole 9. But I want to talk about Mike McCarthy, his coaching staff, and this team. I think Joe Rodriguez, one of my buddies, made a great point that the worst thing that could have happened was the Minnesota win, because it gave me false hope. I didn't get too high on it because of this. And now it's just kind of like, with everything that I've compiled, some of the personnel decisions they've made, things like having a Donovan Wilson, just basically a player who can really play, just be on the bench for as long as he's been on the bench. Things like playing, not having Brandon Knight play versus having Terrence Steele play. Things like, why is Connor McGovern not in the game when it's clear he can handle NFL strength, and there's players on this offensive line who can't? So the evaluation side of things, which I know Mike McCarthy was tossed into this team, but then now we get to the decision-making part and the things that Kellen Moore has continuously done. I thought that he did a great job in the Minnesota game. Outside of that, I've been one of his biggest critics when it comes to feel for a game. I don't think he has one, and that's part of the issue. I don't think that Kellen Moore has a good feel for the game. I just don't. And I think with the amount of talent that he has, I don't think he does a consistent enough job of getting players in position for them to be successful. Like, that's really all coaching is. It's, I'm going to put you in a position to where you can't fail. Whatever the offense plays, that you can run 1,000 plays. Like, I go to a lot of coaching clinics. I listen to air raid stuff. I listen to wing T stuff. I listen to so many different types of concepts, schemes, how teams attack. It boils down to putting kids in position to be successful. Like, I'm going to make this easy for you. And every time you're not going to be able to, but there's a lot of times that you can. You get what I'm saying? And I just look at it and I see there are times where, you know, I've constantly called for Tony to get a series 2 or 3, and he just doesn't. There's times where, you know, I like what I did. I'm looking at Michael Gallup, who's just pretty much been non-existent in this offense, and we also know why. A lot of that has to do with having no Prescott. But I'm just like, man, there's too much talent, and even with Andy Dalton, there's things that you can scheme and dial up. And now, the question now remains, do you want to see Andy Dalton? I want to see Gary Gilbert. I called for him. I think Dalton holds the ball too long. I just think that his clock is messed up. Versus Gilbert, at least the ball, like, when I saw Gary Gilbert play against Pittsburgh, a good defense, but like, the thing that made me so upset about the Skins game, the Washington football team game, was that the Skins aren't a good team. Like, that team, like, and this goes back to coaching and these things that I'm talking about. Like, it wasn't hard to see that Alex Smith wasn't going to throw the ball for more than 5 yards at all. Like, he wasn't. He was going to check you down. He was going to swing the ball out to the running back. Antonio Gibson, like, that was their game plan, and that's not what, like, okay, I see what they're trying to do. At some point, when does Mike McCarthy say, okay, Mike, you see what they're doing, right? Let's adjust. Are they even communicating in game? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? But I really think that there needs to be, like, they need to finish well. Put it like that. Don't draft spots and all that. At this point, let it work itself out. Because I'm looking at the talent in this draft, I'm just not blown away. You get what I'm saying to you? Let that stuff be it. Okay? Let that stuff work itself out. I don't care where we draft right now. Like, some of these players I'm looking at, even as I watch Michael Parsons' film, I kind of see him taking a lot of, I just see a great athlete. I don't see a great linebacker. And you see guys like Isaiah Simmons are having that issue. I think he's out of position. So it's little things like, don't worry about where you draft right now. You will be able to get a great player because you're going to be drafting in the top 10. But nonetheless, I want to see this team finish strong. I want to go into next year feeling good about some of the pieces on this team. And I need to know who we have moving forward and who we don't. Like, I know, you know what I mean, Dalton Schultz can be a really good tight end in this league. I know that. I know that Donovan Wilson can play safety in this league. So, that's me. Guys, help me out here, because, like I said, I'm not a YouTuber or a content creator that's just going to create fluff and just, I just couldn't do it. After the Skins game, I was at a loss for words for how doofus we played, from the calls to, you know, the offense. Like, it was good. Like, you were able to take advantage of Darby with Coop, and he just went away from him. So it's just little things, man, that you just look at this team and just say, okay, we know we're not a playoff team, but what can we salvage? All right, Cowboys fans, your boy Foots. Peace. Man, cable absolutely sucks. I had to pay $200 a month and couldn't even tune into the sports games that I wanted to. I immediately switched to Beast TV. Through these purchases, now it's called IPTV.com. I got all the sports I wanted: boxing, basketball, football, MMA, over 4,000 channels. And they have flexible payment plans. All right, guys? So it's not one of these things to where you're going to be strapped. You can do $15 a month, or you can do $120 a year for all this. Don't believe it? Give it a try. They got a deal going right now that'll get you 2 days of full access for $2. Don't believe the BS, guys. Trust me. Log in to IPTV.com. Cut the cable. Like, really and truthfully, you don't need cable anymore. IPTV.com will take care of everything you need. Again, any sports, pretty much any channel that you want live, you can split screen. It's really a deal. Check it out.